It's when you want to have a child, or you're just out here fucking unprotected, and then let's say you get pregnant, and you don't think it's serious, or you just say, I want to have this man baby, and he ain't trying to marry you or nothing. It pisses me off on how selfish you are. You don't even think, do you even think about your future child's life? Do you think about what it's going to be like for them when at school what if they have a father and son day, a father and daughter day, or they just want to know who the hell their father is, and they don't even know, because it's going to come a time when they're going to ask you, where's my father? Who is my father?
Was to replace fathers with a welfare check. See, when you replace fathers with a welfare check, you then get households where there are no men in the households. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, all women weren't getting welfare, but there were enough of them that were getting welfare. So, first step, we replaced fathers with a check. What did that do? That was the beginning of the breakdown of the black family structure. So now you get mothers who have babies, whose babies grow up without fathers. They in turn have babies, and they get caught up in a generational curse of illegitimacy. It was the child support system. What has the child support system done? When black families, or when black women decided they wanted to take up with a lot of the liberation movement nonsense and started.
I'm pro-choice and everything like that, but being part of pro-choice is you can choose not, you could choose to have a child. Anyway, so anyway, she can have the child. She can have an abortion if she wants to, and the man really has no say about it. Now, granted, I do think the woman should have more say in this situation because, it's her body that's going to be going through all the changes, but he should have some say in this. He contributed to the baby, but and then on the other hand, if she wants to have the child, or she's pro-life and doesn't believe in abortion, he has no say in it. So if he's not ready to be a father, it's like tough shit for you, dude. You're locked into child support for the next 18 years, and you're gonna look like a deadbeat dad because you're not going to be around or anything like that because you're not ready to be
victims and their assault on American. The point of the book is, in example after example, of how people play the victim, are exalted in this society, have doors open for them when in fact they're the ones victimizing others. I've never heard anyone say unsung heroes, unwed fathers. How does he do it? He has 4 children with 3 different mothers. How did he have the time to do that? You do have, as I described in that chapter, Hollywood, mainstream media, the New York Times, women's magazines exalting single motherhood, movie after movie about single motherhood, book after book. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Are you married? Are you married?
No, but it wouldn't change the difference of the facts I cite.
Do you have kids?
No, and it wouldn't change the difference.
To put unmarried women in the same category as women who are married is a faulty system, because it suggests that you're giving them the ability to maintain a lifestyle that they never had to begin with. If you were never married, never lived together in the same home, and God forbid you never sat down and agreed to raise a family together, what makes you entitled to the same livelihood of someone who has put forth a tremendous amount of effort and sacrifice in their life in order to make sure that they have and are able to provide for their family when they and if they decide to have one?
Hey everybody, this is Anton here. I'm making this video as a response to the original video called Child Support Must Be Abolished for the Sake of the Children. It's actually a response to the response of that original video. Child support, what I'm talking about is, I'm not talking about married couples who get a divorce and the wife takes a guy to child support usually, or takes a guy and forces him to pay child support. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a woman who gets pregnant, a guy right off the bat says, I don't want to be a father, and the woman still goes through pregnancy and then takes a guy kicking and screaming to child support, and you never wanted to have a child in the first place, and blah blah blah. That's what I'm mainly talking about, and that's what the video was talking about, referring to too.
Further breaking up marriages that had already been in existence. Okay, what was the next step? The next step with the child support system, you know, after the divorce, well, we got to get men that never married the woman caught up into the oppressive game now of alienation of mother and father, so that the fathers couldn't really be effective role models for the children. Now they set up this child support recovery system, and what happens, a woman will, see, women used to already say, let me have a baby, and maybe he'll marry me. But if he didn't, you know, she was just asked out. But now a woman can say, well, now I can have a baby and not only get a welfare check, if I'm smart enough, I can have a baby by somebody that's got some money, and even if he don't, I can have him messed up for the next 18 years. And they actually set out
parental alienation in court battle. It's an elaborate game of winner versus loser. Attorneys coming into the picture further divide the already fractured family and insulate the parents from communicating with each other. After attorneys become involved, new and creative charges of abuse, neglect, and addiction enter the picture. Many times these are convenient charges against innocent family members guilty of no more than wanting to be good parents even after the partner left. I heard many unwed fathers tell me that they begged the mothers of their children to marry them, but that the mothers were unwilling to give up the welfare check in exchange for a husband and father in the home. The most outdated picture of the father leaving the mom and kids to run off with his secretary is all but a thing of the past. In Southwest Michigan, 98% of the divorces are initiated by mothers and unwanted by the father. These aren't abusive fathers either. Equal parenting is not a men's issue. I was a single mother for most of my children's lives, and I know what children need most is the love and balance two fit parents can give them. Money can never make up.
How dare you do that to them? And these are the women that are just out here like that are just out there fucking, not using a condom, don't care if you get a disease or get pregnant. You don't even care if you get pregnant. I mean, if it happened, it happened. There's some women out there like that, and that pisses me off. Because children don't deserve to be done like that. They deserve to know who the fuck their father is. I see, you know. Stop being so fucking selfish. Stop thinking about yourself. Or the women out there that they're dating a man and he got money, right? And they think I'm going to have his baby. Stop thinking about you. What about the baby? What if he don't stay with you? What if he just kick your ass to the curb?
Look at the prison end, and no, it is not true that I'm leaving out race. There is, in fact, I cite a study by the Progressive Policy Institute, a liberal institute, saying that if you take single motherhood out of the equation, the black and white crime rates are exactly the same. So you take everything else out, single motherhood is not good for children. That is a fact.
What I would like to add,
it's not just myself, but fathers all across North America, and quite possibly throughout the entire world, that in an age where men are becoming more enlightened with the role of providing care for their children, that role is being eroded in the process of divorce. It seems that children are becoming the pawns in a battle for power. That's wrong. You don't do that to your kids.
Compassion that you have, do you go out and do you talk to single young girls about trying not to, you know, to use birth control? Are you trying to be part of the solution?
Well, sure,
as opposed to just judging and throwing out stuff?
Look, the more non-judgmental we have been about the mothers, the more real victims have been created. Millions and millions per year. I mean, it's not like this is some inevitable number that we must have of children being raised by single mothers every year. It wouldn't have gone up by more than 300%.
This young lady purposely got pregnant, and in thinking that, doing that, she thought that he would, you know,